guys, what's up? So I'm back. It's been a while. That's my bad. Kind of been super busy and I just kind of forgot, I guess. Neglected it, more or less. But I'm back and I feel like that's kind of the main thing. Ooh, it's kind of laggy. Anyways, I kind of am starting to save up for a fund so I can buy a camera, which that was terrible, my bad. Um, but yeah, I well, sorry, my friend just texted me and was like, Ryan Davis has a beard now. And now you guys all know my name. Oh, oh well. But yeah, nah, I'm here to actually make a video. It's kind of serious. It's serious. Not kinda. It's very serious. It's about ocean plastic pollution. Basically, that means the plastics that we're putting into the ocean. Sorry about that. But all the plastic that we're putting into the ocean, which is about 3.4 to 12.4 million metric tons a year, which is a lot. That's I think 6 million cars, give or take, um, something like that. But yeah, the reason for this video originally was to enter a competition. I actually posted that on Instagram because that's what you have to do. But now, as you guys can see, I'm making a blog about it just to kind of expand on what I said in the YouTube video, because in all honesty that 15 seconds isn't enough. I believe that you should actually have to put some effort into it and actually make a video. But I don't really care about the competition. If I win, awesome, I get a sick pair of shoes. If I lose, um, 15, 18 people at the very minimum will see this video and maybe start considering their ways, which is more important to me. The second choice, in all honesty. To me, I'd rather people be more aware and more conscious of what they're doing to the world than to win a pair of shoes. Me personally. But yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So the company, yes, their company that kind of started this thing is called Parley For The Oceans. You can check out. I'll include a link to their website in the section below. But Parley.tv, it's pretty simple to remember, especially if you go on Twitch, because sorry, I had to count and make sure they're the same amount of letters. Alright, sorry guys, I can't speak English today. But yeah, if you watch Twitch, Twitch.tv, Parley.tv. Pretty simple, same amount of letters, I think. I don't know, I didn't really put a bunch of thought into that math. But yeah, check it out, it's pretty cool. These guys are actually working pretty hardcore to educate people, bring up awareness about ocean plastics, which is something a lot of people really don't do, because it's all about the bigger stuff for a lot of people. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, including myself. I mean, I want to be a conservationist for the ocean, specifically for sharks. I love elasmobranchs. Everyone has their things, and my thing just happens to be sharks. Anyways, that's another purpose of this video. So if you go to the website, you can kind of check out a few other things. You'll find a link to this contest. Sorry, I literally keep losing my train of thought for some reason. Anyways, this video is not meant to be funny in any way possible, way, shape, or form. It's just because I'm making a fool out of myself. Let's see. But yeah, no, this is kind of just checking out their website. I kind of want to watch some of these videos, so I'm going to do this after I make my video. But yeah, you'll see sea turtles wrapped up in fishing nets, ghost nets, what they're called. The reason they're called ghost nets is because they're kind of cut off in the ocean, and sea life just gets trapped in them when there's no one fishing. There's looks like a laughing gull, maybe, that has died. It's heavily decayed, that's why I said maybe, otherwise I'd be able to identify it, but there's literally, it's filled with plastic, and that's probably the reason it passed. And then the second one is, what do you know? It's another ghost net. Ghost nets, better definition than what I just gave. A ghost net is what happens when a fishing vessel loses its net. Usually it's a trawling vessel, and it just snaps. Well, what it does, it'll sink to the bottom and trap all that life under it, or it's gonna float around for a little while and catch a bunch of stuff, then sink down and drown it. Both which would suck, in my opinion. It wouldn't be a fun way to die. Let's see. I'm gonna take a few quotes from their website. If we fail to clean up the plastic and stop the continued pollution of the oceans, we are facing the potential extinction of many sea life species and the interruption of the entire ecosystem, which is true. You kill off the smaller fish, the bigger fish are gonna die. You, let's see. You kill off the bigger fish, smaller fish are gonna overpopulate. They're gonna take over everything and basically destroy everything. The parrotfish, for example. I can't remember where I saw this example. Caribbean reef shark, Carcharodon prezi, and a parrotfish. I don't know the scientific name of, and I probably should. Sorry. But parrotfish. What they do is they actually eat coral, and then they poop it out as sand, which is a kind of fun fact, I guess. But sharks eat them. However, there's an area where the shark species has declined rapidly, other than the fact that the entire shark species has declined rapidly around the world. But there's a spot where it's heavily declined, and these parrotfish that poop out sand are eating all the coral, and it's destroying coral reefs because we as humans are overfishing. Anyways, that's beside the point. That's not the purpose of this video. The rest of the quote: we also risk the health of anyone who eats seafood. Think about it, people. Little fish ingest the plastic, big fish ingest the little fish. Plastic is now in the big fish, tuna. Then we eat the tuna. Where's that plastic go? Oh, yeah, that's right. It's inside of us now. That's very unfortunate, especially for people like me who the majority of my protein comes from fish. I believe heavily in sustainable fish. The only cans of tuna I even think about buying are like American tuna or something like that. What they are is they're hook and line. They're not trawling or anything like that. Or long lining or any kind of destructive method that could not only catch sharks, but it could catch dolphins, rays, stuff like that. So it's I'm trying to help the environment by eating sustainably acquired fish, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Anyways, so their project is actually called AIR. That's a pretty good acronym. Avoid, intercept, and redesign. Avoid means stop using plastic. If it's possible, stop using water bottles, plastic water bottles, Gatorade bottles, stuff like that. Just don't use it anymore. If you need to use it, recycle it. It's not that hard, guys. Literally, go buy a green bin, fill it up with stuff like plastics, paper, stuff like that. Take it to your local grocery store. Most of them have recycling bins. Just kind of put it in the different slots. It's basically kindergarten. It's really easy, and it takes maybe a few minutes out of your day. It doesn't really affect the time it takes you to throw stuff away. That was an unintended rhyme. Anyways, the next one. Intercept. To retrieve and recycle. So, intercept. Basically, what people do is they actually go out in the ocean, and they'll go into these giant gyres that exist. If you guys don't know what a gyre is, look it up. Simply put, it's a giant. I don't even know how to explain it. It's how to. Google has me. But there are 5 of them: 2 in the Atlantic, 2 in the Pacific, and 1 in the Indian. A gyre that is not. Alright, so don't Google it because that doesn't help at all. The Google definition: a spiral or a vortex, which is halfway true. It's a giant body of water, I guess, that is kind of going like this and like this, depending on which hemisphere you're in. But they instill what are called dead zones. That's where all the plastic ends up, and it just sits there. Literally, there's a spot in the ocean where you can walk across the plastic, which is kind of disgusting if you ask me. But yeah, that's what a gyre is. So that's basically the second thing. Basically, trying to go and clean up those sections and make it plastic free again, which is really hard to do because it's really expensive. And then the third one, redesign. I can't stress how important this is because we're inventing things daily, but yet nobody's tried to invent something to replace plastic because everyone's like, oh, it's so successful. It's flawed. It's a failed design because it isn't healthy. It breaks down. PCB and other toxins are produced by it. I really honestly don't know what plastic is made up of. I believe it's like polyurethane and all that kind of fun stuff. It's literally just a bunch of big words. Um, just for the sake of time being, I'm gonna Google it. Plastics are made from oil. Yeah. Um, Polyethylene. That's, I knew it was a poly something ene. Polyethylene. That's what it's made out of. That's an oil. And do I really need to actually talk about how bad oil is for the ocean? It's essentially oil. It's not good. The biggest difference is these guys can break up into tiny, tiny pieces, and then fish, birds, any kind of marine life or marine. I can't think of the fancy word for birds, so I'm gonna say birds. They'll eat it, and it doesn't digest. It stays in their stomach, and it kills them essentially. So, guys, is it really that hard to recycle? Or is it really that hard to just not use plastic at all? No, it's fairly simple actually. Let's see, what else? Uh, Honestly, guys, if like I said, you just really need to check out their website. It's really cool. In all honesty, it's a heck of a design. Like, it's really cool. Um, but anyways, I'm gonna move on now to some more important stuff because I really don't want to make a 15-minute video, and I'm going on 12 minutes and 30 seconds now. So by 2050, there's gonna be more plastic in the ocean than fish, or that's if we continue on this trend of 3.4 to 12.4 million metric tons of plastic in the ocean per year. That's a lot. Like I said earlier in the video, I'm pretty sure I said that's a lot too. Basically, what that means is you're going to be out in the ocean and you'll be like, oh, what's that? Oh, it's a rare Dasani bottle. Not really, because there's going to be about 100 all around you. Yeah, that's kind of a funny joke, okay, but it's a really serious topic, guys. 100 Dasani bottles to 50 fish. That's essentially what's going to happen. That's not good. That's not in any way healthy unless you like to look at plastic. Don't really know a lot of people who do, but hey, if you do, that's your thing. You probably hate me at this point because I don't think plastic's a good thing. But anyways, and then we'll go on to, by the way, I got that stat of 3.4 million wrong. It's 4.8 million to 12.7 million metric tons. That was in 2010. So kind of imagine it by now. It's probably a lot more. The U.S. is actually in the 20th spot for that. I believe the worst plastic polluters are over in Southeast Asia, just because there's a lack of law over there for this stuff. Jenna Janbeck, she's an assistant professor at University of Georgia. She published this, and I'm getting this from the New York Times website. So there's my citations. But yeah, like I said, guys, we need to save the ocean. We need to conserve it, and to do that, it's gonna start with us. It took centuries to do what we've done to it, destroy it, and it's gonna take centuries or more to heal it. So, starting today, just make a pledge. Just say, hey, I'm gonna stop using plastic water bottles. Otherwise, you're gonna walk around reserves like the one we have here in South Carolina called Wade's Island, coastal owns, and we actually got there to do a bunch of research. But this is actually a washed up bobber I found. You guys around the world might have different names for them, but essentially what they do is you put them on a fishing pole and they bob up and down in the water. This one's probably from, I can't remember what they're called, but a tuna line essentially. And then of course you have this. This right here is a piece of some kind of high density styrofoam that an oyster reef was actually trying to grow on, but it broke off and killed the oysters. I can't really describe how negligent this is. It's kind of disgusting. The only reason I picked it up is because I was like, hey, that's a really good example of this stuff. But yeah. Anyways. Starting today, guys, make a pledge. I'm not going to use a plastic water bottle. I'm not going to use plastic forks, spoons, knives. I'm not going to use plastic, I don't know, just be creative, guys. Anyways, if you think of something, comment it in the video. I want to know what you guys are pledging. If you guys are pledging to just stop using some random plastic thing, I want to know. I think it's pretty cool if you guys will actually listen to me. So yeah, comment in the video. If you guys have any questions, concerns, just literally comment, guys. I can't stress that enough. It's easy and I'll respond within 24 to 48 hours. I promise. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe if you want. It's up to you. I do.